life to the old cows and bulls. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that such kind of learned Brahmins and Vedic yoga is not possible in this age. Therefore, cow killing and not cow killing, sacrifice by offering cows, sacrifice by offering horse, and asamedham, gavalambham, uh, and sannyasam palapaitrikam. Sannyasam means to become in the renounced order of life, and there's 5 things. One thing is sacrifice by offering cow. Second, sacrifice by offering horse. Third, to accept renounced order of life. And fourth, offering evolutions, or what is called, offering something to the forefathers. What is called?
Oblations.
Ablations, yes. So these, and to beget child by the husband's younger brother. Formerly, the society allowed that if a woman is young, she has no child, but husband died. So if the husband has younger brother, through the younger brother she could have a child. And this system was current. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that these 5 things are forbidden in this age. So Chandkaji also replied that cow killing is also not generally recommended in the Quran. Actually, beef eating or flesh eating is not in the hard stage. But those who are inclined to take flesh, for them it is recommended that instead of killing many small animals, one big animal should be killed. So, actually in Makkah, Medina, they kill camel. That is also in the mosque. So, the substance of a spiritual, that flesh eating ultimately is not recommended. But those who are no other means, they eat flesh, so they recommend that one big animal should be killed. So in India, a cow is a big animal, therefore we kill. But that is not recommended for advanced spiritual students in this way. So they were friends, and he understood, Chandkaji understood that it is a very nice movement that you are preaching, love of Godhead. So I did not understand. So my dear boss, henceforward there will be no hindrances in your movement, and I promise that not only myself, but all my descendants would never object to your movement, this Sankirtan movement.
All right. Now I don't have any questions there.
Yes.
I probably wouldn't deal quite at such length about the meat. I don't see how that... The main thing was about the Sankirtan, the chanting.
Chanting, and it was mitigated, and he allowed.
Yes.
First of all, there was objection, then there was civil disobedience. Then when they compromised, the Chandkaji allowed the movement. This is the whole idea.
The 5th scene, his renunciation of household life.
Yes.
This is at age, this is considerably later then. This is about 10 years later.
No, renunciation. Now this Chandkaji, he was this movement when he was about 20 years old.
The Sankirtan.
Yes.
When he was around 20.
Yes.
That's Kazi.
Sankirtan was going on.
It was going when he was 16,
but
15.
Yeah, practically started the Sankirtan movement vigorously from the age of 15 years. But when he was 20 years old, when the movement took very nice appearance, the Brahmins complained. So this movement was about 20 years old. When. Then
now,
renunciation.
He's 24 now.
Yes.
Renunciation.
Renunciation. So one day it so happened that instead of chanting Hare Krishna, Lord Chaitanya was chanting Gopi, 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 instead of chanting Krishna, Krishna. So he had a small school. The Brahmins, generally, they keep a small school which is called Chatuspati. Chatuspati, Chatuspati. Chatuspati means that the school where up to the four Vedas are taught, grammar and religions and everything is taught there. So there, in every village, that was system. The Brahmins should keep up a school like that. The students were all almost there, or some the same age. Some of them were 15 years old, 16 years old. So the students came and saw Lord Chaitanya was chanting Gopi, Gopi. So they objected. They said, "Oh, why you are chanting Gopi, Gopi? Why should you not chant Krishna, Hare Krishna?" So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in his ecstasy because he was, in the beginning, his appearance is in the form of Gopi, to love Krishna. So he became very much angry, and because they are students, he wanted to chastise them. He took a stick and, "You nonsense, what are you speaking? Go away." So they fled away, but after that they organized, "Oh, how is that? Chaitanya is, how he has become so big that they want to beat us in this way." Practically they were talking ill of him. So he decided that if I remain a householder, these people will not honor me. Because in those days a sannyasi was honored in the society very much. If a sannyasi comes to a village or to a householder's life, still it is going on. Although not so widely, but still 80% of the population in India, if they find out a sannyasi, they give all honor. So he decided that now I shall become a sannyasi. So he happened to see case of Bharati, a sannyasi on the Sankar Sampradaya, and he requested him that you give me sannyas. So he took sannyas from Kesab Bharati, and he was assisted by Nityananda, Murari, Gupta, and some other people. So this is his renunciation, decision, and acceptance of sannyas.
How does he accept sannyasi? I mean, how does he?
Sannyas, there is a ceremony, just like we have got the initiation ceremony.
Did he have a spiritual master?
So he accepts a spiritual, not spiritual master, but a sannyas guru. That is also master, but he is not spiritual master. But he is also considered as sannyas guru, spiritual master who offers him sannyas. Just like myself, I took initiation from my Guru Maharaj, but I took sannyas from a god brother who is a sannyasi. So my original Guru is the spiritual master who initiated me, but he is also a Sikha Guru, like that, teacher. Then his renunciation of householder, he became sannyas. Now, when he was, after taking sannyas, when he was going towards Vrindavan, he became almost mad. So, Nityananda, he was with him. When he saw that Lord Chaitanya is in ecstasy, he misled him. Just to, his plan was that I shall take Lord Chaitanya to the house of Advaita, and then I shall call his mother to see him for the last time. If Chaitanya goes away from this very point, his mother will not be able to see. So out of sympathy, he said, Sripad, Chaitanya, this side is not Vrindavan, he goes. So just misdirected him. So, and he sent one man to Advaita to receive him, that he has taken sannyasi, just try make arrangement to receive him, then we shall meet. So, when he came near the house of Advaita, he saw that Advaita was waiting. So then he, came to his sense, oh, I am misled, I have come to Advaita's house. How is that, Nityananda? You showed me this way, Vrindavan. Then he said, oh, wherever you stay, that is Vrindavan. Advaita says, all right, please come to my house. So he received him and took him there and sent news to his mother that your son has now taken sannyas. Now if you want to see him for the last time, please come and see. So in this way, at Advaita's house, he remained for some time, say about a fortnight. And during that time, the beginning, his mother came, and his mother became so much sorry. That scene you have to describe very nicely. Mother saying that his son has taken sannyas, no more he will come to house. So he was crying, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell on his feet and begged, my dear mother, yes, this body belongs to you. This body should have been engaged for your service. Unfortunately, I have done a mistake. I have already taken sannyas. Please excuse me in this way. That scene described in Dilip Kumar's house, that Chaitanya is consulting mother. That is a false scene. The actual scene is that after accepting his sannyas, his mother came to see him at Advaita's house.
Yeah.
That is it.
Does she give him her blessing finally?
No, of course mother's blessings are always there. But the scene was that the mother was crying and he was falling on the feet, and his mother was very sorry that he had very beautiful hair, now it is all cut off. In this way, the scene is very pathetic. So, in this way, after remaining at Advaita's house, his mother was asking, through Advaita, then let him remain for some time. Then he consulted, mother, now, just you, think over that I have taken sannyas, and if I remain in this way, leaving my own family, and if I leave another family, do you think this is very nice for a sannyasi? So give me permission to go away. Then his mother agreed, and other friends like Advaita and Srivas requested his mother that you give him permission. Then he said, yes, I have to give him permission because he has already accepted sannyas. If somebody blames him, blasphemies, that is also not good. So my last request is that he may make his headquarters at Jagannath Puri. So that, because people generally go to Jagannath Puri, so I shall be able at least to know about him, how he is faring there. That is my last request. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at once accepted, my dear mother, I shall always be in Jagannath Puri, and sometimes I may come to Bengal also to take bath in the Ganges. So there will be a meeting. Now let me go. So in this way they departed, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the last time saw his friends and mother.
I don't understand Nityananda's motive. He's a friend. Nityananda, he's a young friend of
Nityananda.
Chaitanya's.
Nityananda was not actually a family brother, but he is the incarnation of Baladeva, the eldest brother of Krishna. So he took his birth in a different family, but he joined Chaitanya's movement as other friends joined. So he is considered as the elder brother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
He opposed Chaitanya's.
No, he not.
Sannyas.
No. He did not oppose. He did not oppose. He simply, after Chaitanya's acceptance of sannyas, he wanted simply that he should come to Advaita's place so that his mother may see him for the last time. That was his plan.
All right, this is third act, first scene.
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking leave from his mother, left Bengal towards Orissa, and on the entrance, the district of Balasar, there is a nice temple called Kirchara Gopinath temple, and he saw the temple. So here the scene is to arrange that there is nice temple, and within the temple there is Radha Krishna deity, Kirchara Gopinath. The pujaris are there, Arati is being taken place, and at that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered with his followers, chanting Hare Krishna, and he saw the deity and danced before him. And when the Arati was finished, prayer was finished, then he sat down, talked with his associates, Nityananda and Gadadhar and Murari. So Nityananda Prabhu described about the Kirchara Gopinath, the story of Kirchara Gopinath. It was a very nice story that formerly one Acharya, Madhavendra Puri, came to the temple, Gopinath, and while that condensed milk, which is called kheer, was being offered to the deity, then Madhavendra Puri wanted to taste it so that he would also prepare such condensed milk and offer to his Gopal. So after that he thought, oh, it is being offered to Krishna and I wanted to taste it, so I am so greedy. So he left the temple, that I am not worth to visit this temple. So he went outside the temple and sat down underneath a tree and was chanting Hare Krishna. Then at dead of night, Gopinath, the deity, was awakening his priest by dream that, please get up, I have kept one pot of condensed milk behind my, what is called, that feet vastra. The kings sometimes they have got very long tail, like, what is that called?
Robe?
Yes. What is the name?
I don't know.
In a Sanskrit it's called feet vastra, the backside robe. So under the backside robe he kept one pot of condensed milk by stealing. So the pujari woke up and opened the door and actually saw that there was a pot of condensed milk. That they were, priests were very much astonished that, oh, he has stolen kheer for his devotee. So the order was that you take this pot and give to Madhavendra Puri. He is sitting underneath the tree. So they, with the pot of the condensed milk, they began to cry, oh, who is there, Madhavendra Puri? Oh, you are so fortunate. The deity has stolen a condensed milk for you, take it. So he came forward and he was so pleased that Lord has stolen, because I desire to taste, so Lord has stolen one pot in this way. From that day, he became famous, the thief of condensed milk, kheer chora. Kheer means condensed milk and chora means thief. So the temple become famous, that the temple of the thief of condensed milk.
Chaitanya. Chaitanya is the condensed milk thief.
No, you did not hear. Chaitanya, after seeing the deity, he was sitting and was seeing, and in the meantime Nityananda Prabhu narrated the story, how his name became Kheer Gopinath. You did not follow me?
Nityananda?
Nityananda.
Nityananda.
Nityananda was going with Lord Chaitanya.
Narrated this to Lord Chaitanya.
Yes.
Nityananda narrated this to Lord Chaitanya.
Yes. How the deity was known as Kheer Gopinath. The story was narrated that formerly he stole one
condensed milk.
Yes, pot of condensed milk for his devotee.
Now, what is a direct relationship does this have to Lord Chaitanya?
Lord Chaitanya also visited. Anyone in those days going to Jagannath Puri from Bengal, they had to pass that way. And on the way, the Kheer Gopinath temple is there. So everyone used to visit.
Oh.
So formerly, Madhavendra Puri, he also visited, and for him, the deity stole the condensed milk. From that time, he is known as Kheer Gopinath. That story was narrated to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, while sitting before the deity, the story was narrated, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relished it. That God is so kind that sometimes he steals for his devotee. This is the significance on this. So, here the scene should be arranged that very nice temple, the deity within, and Lord Chaitanya entered by chanting Hare Krishna and saw the worship, aratri. These things are to be shown in this sense. And a little story about him, that's all.
About the temple?
About the temple. This will finish it. First thing.
There should be more to the scene, I think.
Yes.
Than that.
Arrangement of the scene, yes. Mm-hmm. Very nice temple.
We might be able to... What is this second scene? This is another temple.
This is another temple, yes. Here also, this temple, Shakti Gopal.
I might be able to combine these if they...
No, they are different temples. Mm-hmm. So Lord Chaitanya is visiting different temples, that we have to show. And each temple, the significance of the temple has to be described.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the deity, the importance is to the deity. The deity should be shown, nicely decorated.
Well, I don't know if I have enough information for that first scene. But I'll think of something. I don't know if I have enough information for the first scene. It could be very short.
First scene, why you have to... The Taratrika is going on, and Kirtan is going on. You can continue for 5 minutes, 10 minutes for Kirtan and short description of the deity. That's all. That will finish.
Now the other is the Sakshi Gopal.
Sakshi Gopal. Sakshi means witness. This Gopal, that picture, we have brought that big picture, that is Gopal Murti. Alone, standing Krishna and playing. You have seen that big picture?
The big picture.
Yes. That, a deity like that should be situated in that temple. And his name is Sakshi Gopal. These Similarly, Lord Chaitanya entered with his party and saw the Aratri in Gopal temple. Then the story of the Gopal, Sakshi, why he is known as Sakshi Gopal.
Saw Dorothy.
Huh?
Saw what? Dorothy, he saw... He entered and saw in the Sakshi temple and saw, what did you say?
Sakshi Gopal means witness Gopal.
Yes.
Witness. So how he became witness, that story was also narrated by Nityananda to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That story is that in that village, two Brahmins, that's a very long story.
Now what does this have to do with this temple?
Huh?
What does this story have to do with the temple? Lord Chaitanya has entered this temple.
That's all. But how this temple was established, how Gopal was established, that history is in that story. The Sakshi Gopal means witness. This Gopal was situated in Vrindavan. But to give witness for his devotee, he came to Orissa, that place. That is the significance of this Gopal. Do you follow?
No.
Huh?
No.
This Gopal was situated at Vrindavan. Vrindavan means about more than 1,000 miles away from this, where the temple is situated now. But he came 1,000 miles to give witness for his devotee. Since then, Gopal is situated there. So that story is narrated. So that story should be narrated or what? How to do it? That is the significance of the temple. There was some family quarrel and Gopal came to give witness to decide judgment on that quarrel. So is it possible to describe?
I think from a dramatic point of view, if in your third act, if you can't have too many narrations, it becomes very tedious. If you have a narration, someone telling the history of various temples, like in the first scene, now there's a story being told Lord Chaitanya by Yananda. Now in the second scene, he visits another temple. And is there going to be another narration about how the temple was founded? I don't think it's... I don't know. Do you think that'll be all right?
No. That will be all right in this way, that the narration should be shortly described in poetry.
It should be short.
And that will be chanted with kirtan.
Yes.
In that way, you see.
See, the first two acts, there was a lot of action. There was a lot of action. Now we're in the third act, and we have two scenes of description. Now they can be two short scenes of description. That'll be all right.
Yeah.
That'll be all right, I think. So what is the story? A short little story.
This short story is that there was two Brahmins. One young Brahmin, one old Brahmin, they went to Vrindavan to see Gopal. And the old Brahmin was so obliged to the young Brahmin, he promised to hand over his youngest daughter to the young Brahmin. But when he came back home, his eldest son objected. So he kept mum. Then when the young Brahmin reminded him that you promised before Gopal to hand over your daughter, now you are silent, what is this? So his eldest son said, well, if Gopal comes to give witness that my father promised before him, then my sister can be married with you. So he went back to Vrindavan and requested Gopal to come and give witness. So he came and the marriage ceremony was performed. This is the seventh substance of the story. And since then, Gopal did not. Gopal means statue. So in those days there was no transport service. And when Gopal was present, everyone became struck with wonder that, oh, such a devotee, that Gopal has come from Vrindavan to Orissa, more than 1,500 years, 500 miles. So the king of that place constructed a very nice temple, and since then that temple is known as Witness Gopal. Sakhi Gopal means witness. So this story can be shortly described and chanted with